From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, November 7th, 2015. Silver is trading at $14.77 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,089 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $390. Antiwar.com reports the recovered black box voice recorders on the downed Russian Metrojet was functioning, finally affirming a week of speculation about the fate of the plane, which crashed Saturday in the Sinai Peninsula, killing all 224 people on board. As was expected, the black boxes determined it was a bombing. Sources say the data recorders showed the flight was traveling perfectly normal and without incident for 24 minutes, then suffered a violent and sudden explosive decompression, breaking apart mid-air and crashing into a mountainous part of the peninsula. The audio recorders also picked up the sound of the explosion, apparently a bomb, as investigators say the explosion was not consistent with engine failure or any other technical problem. Russian experts have taken samples from the plane and are still looking for traces of explosives. The Sinai Peninsula affiliate of the Islamic State claimed credit for downing the plane on the day of the crash, and intelligence has since suggested that an airport employee at the Sharm el-Sheikh airport planted the bomb on the plane before takeoff. Russia on Friday announced they are halting all flights out of Egypt for security purposes.
For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports President Barack Obama announced Friday he has rejected a request to build the Keystone XL pipeline over continuing concerns of climate change, a move that underscores the administration's resolve to remain focused on environmental issues in the president's second term. Obama, appearing with Secretary of State John Kerry and Vice President Joe Biden, said the pipeline request 7 years ago from the Keystone developer TransCanada would not serve in the national interest of the United States. Obama said the pipeline would not make a meaningful long-term contribution to our economy, would not lower gas prices for consumers, and would not lessen the country's dependence on fossil fuels. He said the United States has made strides without the Keystone project, pointing out gas prices are lower and jobs are already on the rise in the country. He said in a hastily called press conference, the pipeline would not make a meaningful long-term contribution to our economy. The announcement comes after the State Department rejected TransCanada's request this week for an extension on the federal review of the project, a move that may have delayed the final decision on the pipeline for a possible Republican president in 2017.
You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and Numeri supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $3 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com.
Reuters reports 2 former sheriff's deputies were sentenced on Friday in connection with the death of a Nigerian college student who died in a Savannah, Georgia jail cell last New Year's Day, according to court officials. Former Deputy Jason Kinney was sentenced to 1 month in jail, with time to be served on weekends, along with 3 years probation on a conviction of cruelty to an inmate. Former Deputy Maxine Evans was sentenced to 6 years probation on public records fraud and 3 counts of perjury for providing false grand jury testimony. Both were found not guilty of involuntary manslaughter last month in the death of Matthew Ajibade, who, according to a coroner, died of blunt force trauma in what the coroner ruled was a homicide. A former nurse, Greg Brown, was also found guilty of making a false statement and was given a 3-year suspended sentence. Ajibade was tasered multiple times while strapped in a restraint chair, according to court testimony. Jailhouse security video of the event showed him screaming, clothed only in his underwear and tased in his groin area. 9 deputies were fired in the aftermath of his death. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.